I walked into Dad's hotel gala, only to hear my stepmother say, "Security, remove her." I left without a word, then moved the hotel, the land, and $17 into my trust. Minutes later, 68 missed calls. By midnight, they were at my door. My mom died when I was 12. Aneurysm. No warning, no goodbye. Just a Tuesday morning that ended everything before school drop-off. She was an architect, not the kind who designs glass towers for tech companies. The kind who looked at a rotting 100-year-old building and saw what it used to be. The hotel was her biggest project. She found it when I was 9. Took me inside the first time she walked through it. Ceiling caved in one corner. Pigeons in the mezzanine. The whole place smelled like rust and standing water. She stood in the middle and said, "This one's special." I believed her because she was always right about things like that. 3 years on permits alone. She fought the city, developers, the preservation board, got the landmark designation through herself. My dad showed up to dinners and shook the right hands, but the work was hers. Every blueprint, every negotiation, every call about what to restore and what to release. She died before the renovation finished. My dad remarried 14 months later. Her name was Diane. She had a son, Marcus, 2 years older than me, who immediately made himself at home. Within a year, he was in the family photos. Within 3, he was being introduced at industry events as the future of the company. I was introduced as Richard's daughter from his first marriage. Once, when I was 17, Diane told a table of investors, "This is his other one." Nobody corrected her. My dad smiled like it was charming. I left at 18 and didn't look back. Studied structural engineering, worked preservation projects in 3 states, paid my own way, and never asked my dad for anything after 22, because asking him meant going through Diane first. The hotel kept growing. My dad rebranded the company around it. Marcus became VP of development at 29 and gave interviews about legacy, vision, and his father's commitment to history. My mother's name never came up. Not in one interview, one press release, one award speech. I told myself it didn't matter. The truth was, the truth whether anyone said it out loud or not. 3 weeks before my dad's 60th birthday gala, I got a voicemail from an attorney named Carol Voss. She had represented my mom. I didn't know my mom had an attorney. I let it sit a week thinking it was spam. When I finally called back, Carol walked me through everything in 40 minutes. By the end, I was sitting on my kitchen floor with my back against the cabinet. My mom had set up a holding company before she died, quietly, without telling my dad the full scope. It held the land beneath the hotel, the landmark covenant, the original architectural rights, all the restoration documentation. She structured it so that on my 30th birthday, controlling ownership transferred to me. My 30th had been 11 days earlier. My dad texted at 9 a.m. "Happy birthday, kiddo." The hotel he'd built his entire public identity around. The one Marcus listed as collateral for 3 expansion loans. The one Diane referenced every time she talked about the family's contribution to the city. They didn't own the ground it was sitting on. They had an operating lease, nothing more. And as of 11 days ago, I controlled the entity that lease ran through. I went to the gala telling myself it was for closure. One last chance to see if my dad would say her name in a room full of people who should have known it. 60th birthday. Maybe something would finally loosen. It didn't. Diane gave a 12-minute speech. Thanked the city council, the preservation board, the architectural community. Thanked Marcus by name. Called him the future of everything they'd built. Did not say my mother's name. I stood near the back holding a glass of water I hadn't touched. My dad saw me at some point. 2 seconds of eye contact. He looked away first. I moved toward the stage. Not fast, not dramatically, just steadily enough that he'd have to make a choice. Diane saw me and leaned into the microphone. "Security, remove her." Then, before she embarrasses this family any further, 200 people went quiet. My dad sat completely still. 2 guards came from the side of the room. I looked at him one last time. He was looking at his hands. I left. Sat in the parking garage for 4 minutes. Called Carol. A pause. Then, "Are you ready to proceed?" Yes. She had everything staged. I signed 4 documents on my phone. The operating lease was put under review. Marcus's loan collateral was flagged as disputed. Any future promotional use of the restoration had to credit my mother, her name, her title, her role. I drove home, put my phone face down, made tea. At 11:14, it vibrated off the counter. By midnight, they were at my door. Full story on the channel linked below.